Well, hi, I'm Carl and welcome to Adventures in Camping. Today we're going to talk about turning this into this. And why am I going to ruin a perfectly good shovel? Well, this is why I made that short about making a coal shovel for my Dutch oven cooking. It also is handy for other cooking in your campfire. Let's get to it. Oh, and by the way, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know when I put out a new video. And you're welcome to share these videos. Hey, somewhere along this video, I'm going to have something that's really the best part of the video, and well, you're going to have to find it. Called a great tip scavenger hunt. This was in bad shape, so I cleaned it up. As you saw in the short, it was covered with rust, so that's all been removed. Next, we want to determine where we want to put our holes. If you want to, you can measure out where you want the holes and how many holes you want. I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use the one that I've already made to determine where my holes need to be. So that's about where you want your holes. Does not have to be perfect, does not have to be exact. Making these holes can be a pain in the behind. Like I said before, you're going to want to center punch where you want to put the holes. That way your drill bit or bits don't drift. I'm going to move this over a little bit because I don't like where that is. All right, now the next step. This is the long, drawn out, slow and hard way to do this. I'm showing you the hardest way there is to make these holes. Why? Because there's a lot of people out here who do not have access to cool things like oxyacetylene or plasma cutting or any of that stuff. So let's show you just how much of a pain in the butt it is, because you might decide, well, perhaps I should contact a welder who has this equipment and can just blow some holes in it with oxyacetylene or plasma. Now you notice I'm not doing it high speed, I'm not doing it fast. I do not care if bit says that it's a high speed bit. This is high carbon steel, so if you're trying to run through this like it's regular steel, you're going to burn up your bit and then you're going to be upset because you've wore out your bit. Trying to drill through high carbon steel is like trying to convince a teenager out of a bad idea. Back to this again. I'm pressing down on it. And this is why you don't want to go fast. Because you take a chance on burning up the bit prematurely. And I haven't even been going fast, and I've just about toasted this bit. So let's go to the next size. This is 1/2 inch. You could do 3/8, that would be fine as well. And I have to hold this while I'm drilling it. You will notice it started out cutting pretty well, and now it's starting to get dull and leave me with a pile of little bitty metal shavings. That's what happens. That's why this is the hard way. You end up having to have 2 or 3 bits to complete this job. That hole is done, but took a toll on this bit. I may not be able to get any more with this bit. Yeah, it needs sharpened. All right, well, let's go to the next bit. In the short, I gave you a progression from 1/2 inch to 3/4. Well, this is a 5/8. I'm going to see if that helps anything. Not looking real good. I already know that the 3/4 is not in good shape, and neither is the 1 1/4. Let's go to something else. Let's change gears and use a unibit and see how it does. What is a unibit? I will show you. So this is a unibit, and I got it from Amazon. It says Zelcan, and it's gold. Ooh, well, let's see if it's any good. If you choose to go the unibit route, you need to put an extra layer between your object of consternation and the work surface. Now, let's put this in. These unibits can be expensive or not expensive. So let's see how this one does. I've never used this brand, so let's see what happens. This should be an experience. Really? All right, we're going to have to step up our game here. I got to go to a different type of drill. All right, let's see what we got. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything. I would say it's doing a lot of nothing. You know, the old saying, you get what you pay for. Not worth the money, so you learn that. There's a tip. Don't get this, but that's not the tip intended. So let's give this one a shot. This is an Irwin. They're not cheap, but they're good. All right, let's see how the Irwin holds up. Well, I made it through 2 holes with the Irwin. We're going to try something a little different this time. I've never used this style of hole saw, and we're going to give it a shot. It's got a nice little spring and a bit just waiting to be abused. Yes, it does have a flat. You want to line up the flat with the set screw. Chucker in the hole. You notice this has got 3 very pronounced flats, so it goes into the chuck of the drill press. Well, let's see what this little dude does. It says it's for hard steel. Hopefully it won't spin it out of my hands and knock the camera out. Well, look at that. Huzzah! And see, the little springy thing even worked nicely. Knocked that plug right out. Oh, I think I found my thrills. All right. Let's do another one. Let's give it a little bit of lubrication here. Try not to spray the camera. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on this. I'm kind of letting it do its own thing. Well, how do you do? Look at that. Remember I told you about that that tip in the video? Congratulations, you made it to the tip. That sounds wrong. Anyway, let's do the last hole. Yep, right about there. I will add a link in the description box for this bit, because as you were seeing, everything else I tried was a nightmare, and this is just cutting right on through. A little bit of lubrication there. Like I said, some WD-40, some other kind of spray-on lubricant would be fine. And there it is. And I bought 2 of these and I only needed 1, because I'm sure that this would do the other 2 holes. It's too late for them now. They're different. These are 1 1/4. These are 1 1/8. Not gonna, actually, this is probably barely 1 1/8. That's it. Well, there we go. I hope this helped you out a lot. You can do this yourself. I also think that that drill bit would work in a hand drill as well as it did. Might want to give it a try. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Well, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you know when I put out a new video. And you're welcome to share these videos, as I've said before. Y'all come back now. You hear?